Hi everyone. Very good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Where are you joining us from? This is Rasha Khan. I'm your host for today's webinar, and I'm joining all the way from Bangalore, India. This is a global webinar, and we'll be seeing a lot of people joining from different parts of the world, and it's always good to network, right? So let's introduce ourselves on the chat here. We are also streaming live on a YouTube channel where the YouTube live chat box is open, and I see a lot of folks have joined us there as well. So folks, please introduce yourself. You can drop us your name and where are you joining us from, and introduce yourself. It's always good to know your peers, right? Before we start. So we have an interesting program review lined up for the Brown University's Applied AI and Data Science program, where we'll be talking about how you can transform your career path with AI and data science in 2024. We already have our speaker here with us, Alison West, who will be taking us through this program review and addressing any questions you might have about the program as well. So thank you so much for joining in early. We have started the session in early and we already have like 100 plus folks who have joined us. That's great. And the number is already increasing. So meanwhile, you guys have already started giving your introductions on the chat here. Let me just quickly, have a look. Aditya has joined us from Mumbai. I see, and Faru Zah has joined us from US. Please correct me if that is not your name. I've taken that from your email ID. That is why I'm mentioning, like, please don't mention your name. Sometimes it's very hard to make out your name from email IDs. And I see greetings from Denver, Colorado. I see someone has joined from Ghana. Would love to know your name. UK, US as well. And I see Sikandar has joined us from Pakistan, says that I'm a graduate student. That's great. Thank you so much for your introduction. And Gayatri from Maharashtra, Columbus, Ohio. And there are some, the chat box is completely blowing up. There are too many introductions here. So please keep introductions coming in. We are looking at your introductions here. And everyone who is joining, this is a really good time to introduce yourself before we start the session. We'll be starting the program review right on time. So we have few minutes where you can utilize for a little bit of introductions and chit-chatting on the webinar chat box. Meanwhile, you're giving your introductions on the chat box. Let me just quickly take you through the few quick ground rules we have here for the session. And the first and the most important rule of the session is if you have any questions for our speaker, you can put down your questions in the Q&A box. Now, why the Q&A box? This is for folks who have joined us on Zoom. So as you can see, there are so many amazing introductions of the chat coming in, and we have high attendance for this webinar, as you can see. So we wouldn't want to miss any of your queries, and we would love to address all of your queries there. And for that, our speaker will be looking into the Q&A box, and it will be really helpful if you put down your questions in the Q&A box. So please do that, and also keep the questions related to AI data science at the program, because that is what we are covering today. And the session is being recorded in case you miss anything, you want to go through the recording of the session once again. You can expect a follow-up email from us with the recording link and the webinar certificate. And for the webinar certificate, you will have to request a proof of attendance. You will have to stay till the end. So this webinar is of 60 minutes duration, and you have to stay till the end basically of 60 minutes duration, and you have to provide your full name in the post-webinar survey pop-up. Post-webinar survey pop-up will be by Zoom. Once this session ends in 60 minutes, you will see that pop-up and will leave your full name to personalize the webinar certificate and send it to you. So these are a few quick and easy ground rules to make your experience amazing for this webinar. And before we start, let's start with a quick poll here. As we see that, a lot of you have joined in and already given introductions, let's get to know you a little better. So let's see what kind of experience do you have. So I'm starting with a quick poll that says, how many years of experience do you currently have? And you can just respond very quickly by, responding to either of these options, which are the most suitable for you. So the poll is notched, and the four options I'll just read out loud. The first one here is currently studying, and second one here is 0 to 3 years, and the third one here is 3 to 5 years, and the fourth one here is more than 5 years. And also, I'm not talking about data science or AI experience. I'm just talking about general work experience. So please don't worry about that. You can share your normal, general work experience, whatever you have. And I see that your folks are pretty quick. More than 80% of you have already voted Let's give it like 10-15 seconds more for a few of the folks who are still responding to this poll. Awesome. And folks who have joined us live on our YouTube channel, you can also drop in your answer on the YouTube live chat box. And folks who have joined us just right now, please don't worry, you have not missed anything. We are just starting off and we are just doing a quick poll and quick round of introductions on the chat here, just to get to know you a little better. So if you have just joined, drop us a hello with your name and let us know you're here. Awesome. Last 5 seconds for the poll, folks. I see most of you have responded. So how many years of experience you currently have? Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me end the poll and also share the results with you folks. You guys are pretty quick, I must say. Let's see, what have you voted for? So we see 41% of the votes for currently study, 26% of the votes for 0 to 3 years, and 25% of the votes are for more than 5 years, and 8% of the votes are for 3 to 5 years, and plenty of responses in the chat as well. That was not required, but thank you so much for taking the time out and sharing it on the chat as well. Now moving on to the agenda of today's session. So as I mentioned earlier, the first and the most important agenda of today's session is about you. We would love to know a little bit about you, how we can help you out in your career better. And also, we will be talking about the applied AI in data science careers in 2024. Also, we'll be talking about what exactly this program by Brown University offers, how this program gets you future ready, and also based on the interest you share on towards enrollment to the program. We will be quickly taking you through the enrollment steps of the program. Basically, how are you supposed to enroll, and what is the basically program fee? When is the upcoming closest cohort which you can join? So all these details will be shared there. And then towards the end, the most important again, we will be talking about the Q&A session, and we will be taking questions from the Q&A box as mentioned earlier. So you have any questions, please go and put it on in the Q&A box. The Q&A is towards the end, but if the time allows, if the speaker has some time in between, we will try to answer your questions if there are any relevant questions related to that slide as well. So please don't worry. Again, like I know a lot of you have joined in a high attendance number here, and a lot of you might have questions. We have covered the ground rules. So I will nudge about the ground rules even on the chat. So please don't worry, you have not missed anything. I will inform things on the chat as well. So if you have any queries, just put it on the Q&A box and I'll answer it for you. So please don't worry, you have not missed anything. We are just starting off. Now, starting with our introduction of our guide and speaker, Alison Bess here. Alison Bess here is the Associate Director and Corporate and Executive Education of Brown University School of Professional Studies here. She has over 10 years of experience developing and implementing executive education programs. And she has an MBA in Leadership and Organizational Transformation from Western School of Business. Alison, welcome to the program preview session. And it's always a pleasure hosting you. I'm pretty sure the slide does not cover amount of, these decade of experience that you have. So please do share for the folks here, a little bit about you from you as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me today. And thank you for everyone who has joined us. We have an incredibly large and diverse crowd. So I'm so excited to be here today to get to talk to you a little bit about careers in AI and data science and about how our program that we developed in partnership with Simplilearn can help prepare you to access those careers. As Rasha mentioned, I work at the Brown School of Professional Studies. And our mission at the Brown University School of Professional Studies is to prepare all of you with the skills and tools that you need to transform the way the world works for good. Every year, Gallup does a poll in the US, but I think it could be extrapolated worldwide, that finds that 70% of the US workforce is disengaged at work. And that is because the leadership tools and frameworks that we have been using don't really apply to the modern workforce that we are all in now. The world was really turned on its head in 2020 and continues to change rapidly as a result of introduction of technologies like AI, which is systematically changing the way the world works completely, and also changes in workplace norms like the increase in hybrid work culture. And so our mission is to create a portfolio of programs that fit into your busy lives. We saw that a lot of you are currently studying or juggling work lives as well as trying to continue your education. So we want our programming to be applied. We want it to be something that you can fit into your lives. And we want it to be able to impact you, to be able to help you unlock your maximum career opportunities and help you to become the leaders that we need in this world. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for volunteering to help lead into the future. And I'm excited to talk to you more about this program.
Thank you so much, Alison. We'll be moving towards the second agenda of today's session about careers in applied AI and data science in 2024. Starting with what are the skills which you require to be up to date in the AI and data science space in 2024.
Yes, thank you. Yes, so when we were putting together this program, something that was really important to us is to start with this question and then build the program around it. And so when we were thinking about what skills are most important for you all to be able to get out of the program, we started by looking at trends in workforce data in terms of job descriptions and also in terms of thought pieces from companies like Deloitte or McKinsey predicting what the future of work is going to look like. And this is a list, a non-comprehensive list of skills in AI and data science that are becoming only more in demand as time goes on. And those skills include things like machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, data engineering, generative AI, which that one is one I'm really proud we were able to incorporate into the curriculum because it really exploded while we were in the middle of creating the content, but we still incorporated it anyways. Data visualization, statistical analysis, and cloud computing. And a lot of these skills are skills that you will learn in this program.
Thank you so much for sharing about these skills here. Also, now that we've talked about skills, how can we miss talking about the diverse careers in AI data science space, which have been in demand?
Absolutely, yes. This is one of the fastest growing fields that involve AI and data science. And I think what's really interesting too is we're seeing a trend that the job titles and the industries that require skills in AI and data science are not limited to just technical fields, though there are certainly a lot of opportunities in technical fields. But we're really finding that these skill sets have become a necessary skill set for almost any field. And we'll talk more about that when we talk about the applied projects that you'll work on in this class. But as you can see on this screen, having AI and data science skills sets you up to unlock opportunities in a wide range of fields, including being a data science, a machine learning engineer, a data analyst, but also things like a business intelligence analyst, an AI ethics consultant, a product manager, or working in marketing. And so there's really quite a wide range of opportunities that are available to those of us who have competencies, skill sets, and confidence in being able to utilize AI, machine learning, and data science.
Well, that sounds interesting. Those are a lot of career options, which open up in the AI and data science field. Also, moving on to the next slide here. What's changing in this AI, ML or data science space for 2024? What are the things which are upcoming? What are the things, folks can keep an eye for? And what makes this space interesting this year?
Yes, we're seeing 4 major trends. The first is AI democratization, which I referred to in the last slide. So in the past, I think we had seen AI and machine learning as specialized technologies that only specialists really needed to be able to utilize. And I think with the introduction of generative AI and other free or low cost and accessible AI technologies, we're really seeing a huge shift in that, away from this being a skill that is only needed by specialists and now becoming a skill that is looked for more broadly in the workforce and that all of us can access more easily. So it has become easier to access, but it's also become more imperative to access to remain competitive in the workplace. So that's the first trend that we're seeing. The second trend we're seeing is the need for a framework around ethical uses of AI. And right now, regulation, so formal policy and regulation at the national and state levels have, for the most part, in most countries, been behind the development of the technology. So that means that for now, we're really looking to a lot of individual leaders and companies to set their own internal regulations and policies around the ethical use of these tools and around the security of the data that these tools are holding. The third trend, though, is that we do expect regulations to start to be introduced pretty rapidly. Now that we are seeing AI explode in the way that it has and proliferate the way that it has, we do expect to see stricter regulations governing AI technology start to come up in many countries around the world. And this will require leaders to be knowledgeable and adaptive and be able to lead the change management process internally to make sure that your organization is adhering and meeting those regulations. And then fourthly, we are predicting that there will be a talent shortage, that the technology and the tool is growing and proliferating more quickly than the related skill set is, which means that if you are someone who does have that skill set, you are going to be more in demand than ever, and it will really open up a lot of career opportunities for you.
Thank you so much, Alison, for shedding some light on these changes, which are going to take place in the AI space here in 2024. So now that we have talked about the skills, we have talked about, what career paths will be in demand in 2024, what skills, you will need also basically in the AI and data science space. So we would love to know what exactly is stopping you when it comes to pursuing a career in AI and data science, or also becoming an AI or data science expert here. So I'm just launching a quick poll here. This one is a multiple choice poll. So you will be, seeing three options here on the poll. I'm just launching it very quickly now. So you can select multiple options here because there can be multiple challenges or concerns you might be facing, right, when it comes to pursuing a career in AI data science or becoming an AI data science expert. So the poll is open now, and I see a lot of interaction also happening on the YouTube Live chat box. So folks, you can actually let us know your concerns in the YouTube Live chat box. We'll be also taking your questions from there as well. If the challenges are from these options, you can actually let us know by tapping in first, second, third. I'll just read out these options for you. While folks have already started voting in, as I mentioned, they're very quick when it comes to interaction and these polls here. So the first option here is I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. Second option here is I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And the third option here is my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So yeah, I'll give 10 more seconds because I see most of you have responded for the poll here. And meanwhile, folks, we are getting some amazing and fantastic questions on the chat here. And folks have already started, putting down questions in the Q&A box. So just a request, we, as you can see, we have very high attendance and the chat volume is also pretty high. So for our speaker, if you have a question about the program preview will be covering next, the Brown University's AI and Applied Data Science program. So please go ahead and put it down in the Q&A box and we'll make sure to address your queries there. On chat box, we might miss it. I saw a few good questions on the chat box and it would be lovely if you go and put it down in the Q&A box. And for other folks as well. I see Ashley has put down a question here. So Ashley, please just move your question to the Q&A box because we might miss your query here because of the amount of messages we're getting till we actually reach to the Q&A part. So that will be really helpful. Awesome. Last 5 seconds for the poll here. What's stopping you from gaining AI and data science expertise? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me end the poll and also share the results with you folks and our speaker. Let's see what have you voted for. What are your concerns when it comes to gaining AI and data science expertise? So we have gotten 55% of the votes for I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And 46% of votes for I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. And 36% of the votes for my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So I think that makes sense. And if these options do not cover your concern or challenge, the Q&A box is open, as I mentioned. Please go and put down your questions in the Q&A box. Now, we'll be moving towards the program introduction here and talking about the Brown University's Applied AI and Data Science program. The program here comes with an industry-aligned learning path. We'll be talking more in detail how exactly the learning path looks like, what exactly are the topics we cover there, what exactly the module looks like. And also we have interaction which happens live. It's not just pre-recorded videos. Majority of it is live discussions with the instructor with a self-paced learning format as well. Also, you get access to integrated assignments and quizzes for practical learning, which basically gives you that practical exposure, which you can showcase to your future employees. What exactly are these assignments, quizzes? What exactly are these? We'll be talking more about that in the upcoming slides. And also the program duration for this one is 3 months. As we saw that a lot of you are currently studying, or a majority of you are working professionals as well. So if you have already commitments, this program with 3 months of duration can be completed with just 3 to 5 hours of per week of time. So that makes it very flexible when it comes to studying, and also having other commitments as well. At the end of it all, you'll be getting the Brown University's course certificate of course completion certificate here, where you will be getting the certificate from uh, Brown University online for School of Professional Studies, and also you will be able to build and optimize machine learning models to enhance decision-making process here. I will be showcasing you the program page in some time once more. I'll be sharing the program page link as well. We can go and download the syllabus as well in some time. But before that, let's talk about the Brown difference here, Alison.
Yes, I'm happy to. Thank you. So I love getting to create programs at Brown University because I do think Brown University has a really unique approach to education. Our difference, we have a couple of primary differences. The first is that we are an Ivy League institution in the US, which means that we are considered one of the most elite universities in the US. And because of that, we're able to attract absolutely incredible faculty members, including the one who designed and teaches in this course, who we will virtually introduce you to in a couple of slides. In addition, we have a focus on the open curriculum, which means that we really encourage people to take programs and classes in lots of different areas and to have an interdisciplinary critical thinking approach to everything that we do. And I think you'll feel that even though this program is relatively technical, that you are learning really specific skill sets, that at the same time, you're also developing this framework and the strategic lens of what does this mean and how can it be applied. We also have a really strong focus on making sure that you have the opportunity to apply what you've learned through practices, and we'll talk more about what those projects look like. And so I think that it tells you a little bit about what makes both this program and Brown University different.
Thank you so much, Alison, for sharing about the Brown difference here. We see some amazing questions coming in on the chat box. Please go and put it on in the Q&A box. So talking about the eligibility and the prerequisites of the program here, I think we just got one question about that only. So I'll just share that quickly with you. So you need to have a basic understanding of mathematics and programming concepts. You need to be at least be 18 years old with a high school diploma or equivalent. And also it's encouraged to have a prior work experience, but it's not required, it's not compulsory. So that should not stop you from taking up this program. And moving on to the next agenda of today's session, how this program exactly prepares you and gets you future ready and job ready. Starting with the learning part of the program, Alison. So can you take us through how this program exactly builds learners' skills in applied AI data science step by step?
Absolutely. And I'm so glad we've gotten to this slide because I've been keeping an eye on the Q&A, and I'm trying to answer as many questions via typing as I can. So please check to see if your question has been answered, in written form. But a lot of your questions have been around the curriculum. And so I think this will actually answer a lot of the questions that you have asked. And these are great questions. And so, like I said, when we were putting together the curriculum, our approach was to think about the most in-demand skills first. So making sure that we were teaching you the most cutting edge and up-to-date skills that you need to enter the modern workforce. And then we built the modules from there. And also to give you a little bit of a sense of how the course is structured, the majority of the content is offered on demand, which means you get to fit it into the schedule that works well for you. We have a recommended cadence of spending about 3 to 5 hours per week to get through it in 12 weeks, but there's some flexibility for you to either speed that up or slow that down, depending on what your life looks like. And then in addition, you do have these direct access opportunities with the faculty lead, where once a month he hosts an elective masterclass where you get a lot of one-on-one and group attention. So I saw someone asked that question, and he also holds office hours pretty regularly as well. So you do have a really nice blend of that robust feeling of being in a classroom and getting to interact with the faculty lead directly, but also the flexibility of getting to do it on the time and the schedule that works for you. So the way that the program is structured, you will first be given an orientation and overview of the program, and that is led by one of the Simplilearn faculty, and they're incredible. And then you start to go into the in-demand content and the masterclasses with the Brown faculty lead. And we start with foundations of data science to give you a sense of an overview of the field and the skills that are necessary to succeed in it. Next, we go one by one. You use the same data set and go through different steps so that you have the hands-on and proven experience of transforming data into insights. So first you learn how to understand the data, then you learn to prepare the model and train the model. Then you apply deep learning techniques to be able to generate strong insights from that model. And I'm really proud that we were able to add the generative AI module to this as well, because generative AI, if you can believe it, was not nearly as popular or well known when we started to create this course as it became. And so we were already in the middle of creating this course when we realized how important this skill set was going to be. And I'm really proud that we were able to incorporate this into the curriculum, because I think it's crucial to any program that looks at this topic. And then you'll end it with a capstone. And throughout this experience, you have the opportunity to complete hands-on projects, which we'll detail in just a moment.
Thank you so much, Alison, for taking us through these steps of how exactly this program builds into learner skills in the applied AI data science. We are getting plenty of questions in the Q&A box. We'll be answering them soon, whenever the speaker gets time. Meanwhile, please go and put on any questions you might have, your curiosity about the program, and we'll be addressing them soon. And also, I think you've already mentioned that, we have, a well-respected program faculty, Shikhar Prasad here. Maybe you can, talk a few words about Shikhar here.
Yeah, I would love to. Shrikar is an incredible faculty lead, and I'm excited for you to have the chance to get to learn from him. I've learned a lot from him. Shrikar has a ton of industry experience and has been really on the cutting edge of AI and data science since the beginning of his career. He has worked at major organizations, including Meta Platform, which is the parent company of Facebook, Wayfair, and Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google. And he has been instrumental in innovating a lot of the products that we use every day. So it's pretty cool to get to learn directly from someone who has that experience of knowing what it actually looks like in practice to use these tools for business objectives and for your own career as well. And in addition, he also has a lot of really incredible teaching experience. He is an adjunct faculty member at Brown University's Watson Institute for Public Policy. And he is also an adjunct professor of programming and data science in our computer science department. And so he has really that unique blend of understanding the industry perspective of why these tools matter and what it looks like to actually put them in practice, and the ability to teach it really well and distill complex concepts into really understandable areas. Like data science is not my field, and I still found his lectures to be incredibly comprehensive and understandable. So I'm really excited for you to get to learn from him.
That sounds pretty interesting. And also the tools and the libraries and the platforms, folks will be covering in this program. As we can see, there are so many tools here. To start with Python and Pandas, NumPy, what are the most important tools for learners to start in the AI and data science field, and how exactly this program is going to also help them with that?
Yes. So I think that this slide gives a good overview of the tools that are most important, and we will be touching on several of these. So you will have the hands-on opportunity to get to actually complete a project in Python, NumPy, and ChatGPT during your course. You're also welcome to utilize other programs as well if you would like to, but those are the three that you will definitely be utilizing throughout the course. And that is because, one of our goals is that when you leave this program, you're able to confidently go into the workplace and, say that you have experience with and mastery of some specific platforms.
On to the industry aligned projects. So we have gotten the highest number of votes for, I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. So as we see that, we have these projects, amazing projects in this program, which they get to build on, and build their portfolio. So how exactly are these projects important, and how exactly having a project like these help someone, someone who does not have any experience in AI data science, and they want to basically showcase that to their future employees, or get an upgrade in already existing company as well, in different projects, to work on different projects.
Yes. Throughout the curriculum, it's a 12-week curriculum, you will have the opportunity to complete 4 hands-on projects. And we had a couple of goals in developing these projects. The first goal was to give you the opportunity to really solidify your learning. There is a lot of research that shows that the majority of us adult learners, we learn best by doing. And so it is, great to listen to a lecture, to watch a video, or to read a book. But the real learning and the real solidifying of that learning comes from you actually putting it into practice and actually, being in the data and turning the data into insights. So that is our first goal, is to give you real, true mastery over the content that you are learning throughout the 12-week curriculum. Our second goal is to help expose you to a number of different use cases for AI and data science. And so as I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, AI and data science are becoming increasingly in-demand skills for all different industries. And that is a lot of your questions in the Q&A, as well as asking, how does AI and data science apply to this field or this field? And we chose 4 examples in very different areas. So you'll see on the screen that project 1 looks at retail sales analysis. Project 2 looks at employee turnover analysis. Project 3 focuses on loan repayment prediction. And project 4 focuses on identifying credit card fraudulent transactions. And our goal behind this is to help you picture how this could be useful to you, regardless of which industry you are either already in and would like to advance in, or you'd like to move into, if you're utilizing this as a transition opportunity. And then our third goal with this is to give you some completed work that you're able to include in a portfolio and utilize as a proof point of your successful ability to use these in-demand tools to be able to argue for either an advancement within your current organization, or to be able to successfully transition into the field if you are not someone who's already in this field, and perhaps your other credentials, maybe your education, or maybe your previous work experience wasn't in these areas. This gives you those proof points to show and demonstrate that you're able to utilize these tools effectively.
Thank you so much for giving a detailed explanation for these industry aligned projects. Folks, please do let us know if you have any questions about this, if it's still not clear to you, because we saw, a lot of questions about that, and one of the concerns as well, when we did the basically poll there. Before we move on towards the enrollment poll, I would love to show them the program landing page as well, just to give them a quick overview as well. Meanwhile, Alison, maybe we can also take a few minutes to address, some important queries we might have on the Q&A box, because we have gotten plenty of them. And if you can just browse through some of the important questions here and answer like 2 or 3 questions, we take a pause here and then move ahead with the enrollment. What do you say?
Absolutely. These are great questions. Thank you all for submitting them. One question I'd like to address is, how do you stay updated with the latest developments and techniques in data science? I think it's a great question, and I think there are a couple of different answers to it. I think the first is that I think that when I'm thinking about the latest developments in data science, I'm thinking about it from two perspectives. One is the technical perspective. So how do I make sure that my technical skills stay up to date? And the second is the work context perspective. So the question of how is this changing workplace norms and demands? And I think for the latter, the workplace norms and demands, some of the best resources you can utilize are some of the consulting thought leaders like Deloitte and EY. Both have entire pages that are dedicated to showcasing their research on how AI and data are impacting different fields. And that's both in terms of how is it impacting the way that we get work done, and it's also looking at specific industries as well. So a lot of you who've asked questions about how will this impact banking or finance or retail, I think that will be a really good resource to you. In terms of the first, of how do I stay up to date with the techniques, that's where I think courses like these are really the best answer for that, because I think that the best way to truly learn in a way that is going to be able to be integrated into your day-to-day work lives is to be able to dig in. It's just to be able to jump in and be able to start working on a project. And I think courses like these are uniquely suited to helping you upskill in terms of your technical skills.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alison, for taking a moment for taking a few of these repetitive questions we have gotten about the program. So let me just quickly take you through the program page here. All the details we have shared, just to summarize them once again for you here. So as you can see, this is the program page. I shared the link once I'm done. So this is the program page of Brown University's Applied AI and Data Science program, which we just talked about. You can explore the frontiers of data science, AI, and generative AI, which Alison has very well, explained. And talking about the Brown difference here as well. So maybe we can watch the interview, right? I think that will be a great idea as well. So let's just play the video. Let's see what it says.
Artificial intelligence and data science are continually playing a crucial role in shaping the future of industries. In fact, projections indicate that the AI market is expected to reach $190 billion by 2025, and the rapid growth of data science is anticipated to generate approximately 11.5 million jobs globally. The Applied AI and Data Science online program, offered by Brown University in collaboration with Simplilearn, addresses these rapid changes by teaching you the essential skills and resources needed in this new environment.
Hi, I'm Sandra Smith. I'm the Associate Dean of Executive Education at Brown School of Professional Studies. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our new Applied AI and Data Science program delivered in collaboration with Simplilearn. This comprehensive program provides a deep dive to provide you with the technical skills you need to solve some of the most complex business problems, both efficiently and effectively.
This program's curriculum is carefully crafted to cover essential topics such as data science foundations, exploratory data analysis, machine learning model preparation and training, and deep learning, among other areas of study, to give you the full picture of the industry. The course will familiarize you with the leading Python libraries and tools like SciPy, Matplotlib, Pandas, NumPy, and a dedicated module of generative AI to help you stay updated with trends and standards.
You will learn at your own pace with videos recorded by our faculty at Brown University and also complemented by live online sessions every month. At the end of the learning journey, you will receive a certificate of completion from Brown University School of Professional Studies. By joining this program, you are taking a very significant step in entering the exciting world of AI and data science. Through rigorous study and application and effort, you will, through this program, acquire the most complete set of in-demand skills in order to propel your career and join some of the world's leading companies. Through an emphasis on hands-on experience, this program provides you with the technical skills you need to solve some of the most complex business problems, both efficiently and effectively. This comprehensive program offers a deep dive into the fast-paced, ever-changing world of AI and data science.
This online asynchronous program is designed for working professionals, allowing access to the curriculum from anywhere at the convenience of your schedule. To begin your journey, complete a brief program application, and our admissions counselor will reach out to answer any questions. We can't wait to help you explore the opportunities that lie ahead.
Well, that's the applied AI and data science summary of the program for you. I hope that clears a lot of things, questions I think we have gotten about Brown University here and the program here. And it's time to basically start Simplilearn, with Simplilearn here. So we will be addressing a lot of your queries in the Q&A part of the session. So this is a really good time if you have any questions about the program here or AI in data science in general, how exactly this program helps you in upskilling in AI data science. So please go and put that. So now that we have given the summary for you of the program, so we would love to move towards our enrollment poll here. We would love to know your interest. Are you interested in enrolling into the applied AI in data science program by Brown University here? You can share your interest as yes. And as mentioned in the video that learning consultants from Simplilearn will be reaching out to you post that, and they will be taking you through a much more detailed walkthrough of the program as well, even after this webinar. So even after you have any queries after this webinar, the cohorts are looking for the payment options you're looking for. I think we've gotten plenty of questions about that as well. So I'm just addressing them now. So all of these things will be taken care of by the learning consultants from Simplilearn, and we'll try to address as many queries as possible even in this webinar as well to help you out. So I'm just launching this quick poll, and you can share your interest as yes towards enrollment into this Brown University's program of applied AI data science. So the poll is launched, and the poll will be live for a few seconds, and we will be quickly moving towards the enrollment steps of the program, where I'll be sharing with you the enrollment steps here, and what exactly happens after you have said yes here, how exactly the learning consultants reach out to you, and what exactly do they take you through. So I'll just give you a clear overview of it so you have an idea. And after that, I'll be sharing the program fee and also the program upcoming cohorts, which you can join immediately. So, awesome. I see most of you have started responding. That's great. I will be sharing the program link once we're done with the poll as well. So if you want to check out the program syllabus on your own as well, you can do that as well. And you can download that from the page as well. If you want to go through it, and then you can basically address your queries to the learning consultants as well, even after this webinar. Awesome. I see most of you have responded for the poll here. I see a lot of curiosity towards the program. That's great. But I think let's give 10-15 seconds more. We are getting quite a lot of yeses on the YouTube live chat box as well. So let's not forget, folks have joined us live on our YouTube channel as well. So folks who are responding yes on the YouTube live chat box and are interested in basically enrolling into this program, you can just click. You will see a link on the top here, which says AI in Data Science with Brown University. You can just click on that, either on the description on the top or either on the chat box. You will see a white block which says AI and Data Science program with Brown University. And once you click on that, it will take you through the same landing page which I've just shown you of the program landing page. And in that landing page, there will be an option to basically share your few basic details. And with that, yeah, the similar process will be followed. The learning consultants from Simplilearn will be reaching out to you. So last 10 seconds for the poll here, folks. I see a lot of you have already voted, but I'm just giving 10 more seconds because the polls are still moving. So 10 seconds more for the poll here before we move on towards the enrollment steps here. I see a lot of you folks are, putting down your questions in the webinar chat box. That's great. We have gotten plenty of questions in the Q&A box already, and it will be really great for you to go and put down your questions about the program here in the Q&A box for our speaker, Alison, because she's actively looking into your queries there, and we will be moving towards the Q&A part of the session very soon. Awesome. I see most of you have responded for this poll here. So I'm just exceeding the poll just by 10 seconds more because the poll is still moving. Last 10 seconds for the poll here. So are you interested in enrolling into the Applied AI and Data Science program by Brown University here? You can just share your interest very quickly by sharing your response as yes on the poll which is launched. And yeah, and we will quickly take you through the enrollment steps and also address all of your queries we have gotten in the Q&A box. There's still a lot of interest coming into the poll, Alison. Like I'm trying to close it, but every time it starts moving towards yes. So I think we have gotten hundreds of people who have said yes already. But there are again yeses on the chat as well. So I see a few yeses on the chat, webinar chat. Make sure that you have responded yes on the poll which I've launched. Not on the chat, folks. It's great to see a lot of yeses on the chat here. But make sure to do that on the poll because that is how we will be able to reach out to you. Okay, now I'll be closing the poll now. I will be counting from 10 now, folks, because I see it's still, people are still responding to it. We have to move on towards the enrollment steps here. So last 10 seconds, are you interested in enrolling into the Applied AI in Data Science program by Brown University? You can respond as yes on the poll here, not webinar chat. I hope the folks who are responding yes on the chat have responded on the poll as well. And now I'll just share the link towards the program as well for you. So I've shared that on the chat here. And last 5 seconds for the poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will be ending the poll now. Thank you so much. Thank you, folks, for sharing your interest towards enrollment into the Applied AI and Data Science program at Brown University. I think we saw a lot of you. We had to exceed the time towards enrollment. So let me just quickly take you through the enrollment steps of the program here. I have also shared the program page link for you if you want to go and check out the syllabus in much more detail. If you might have questions, for our learning consultants. So these are the 3 simple, easy steps, they will take you through. So I'm just giving you an overview of it so you are aware of what's going to happen next. So step 1 here is you'll have to submit an application. You'll have to apply at askus@simplilearn.net. Step 2 here is your application will be going for review. We'll be reviewing your qualifications based on the eligibility and the prerequisites we have shared earlier. And based on that, we'll be getting admissions offer from Simplilearn's learning consultants. They will be reaching out to you and sharing the admissions offer there. Now, moving on to the program upcoming schedule and the cohort here. So for the upcoming cohort here for here for Brown University here. So we had the March slot here, but that is full completely. So we have a slot in April. So let me just quickly go to the program page here, which already might be open. I'll show you the upcoming cohort here. It gets updated every week because the cohorts we have, they usually get filled, pretty fast. So let me just see, and I'll show you the upcoming cohort here on the top. Yeah. So the upcoming cohort here, which starts on 16th of April. So the March one is already closed. So 16th of April is something you can take for if you're looking forward to joining immediately. And as mentioned earlier, the program duration is of 3 months. So you can plan accordingly. We do have alternate upcoming slots as well. That is something you will have to have a talk with the learning consultants from Simplilearn once they reach out to you, and also take you through what other alternate options do we have in terms of upcoming cohort which you would want to take for. Now the program fee here for US candidates here is $2,624. Basically for anyone outside of India, this is the fee here. We do have monthly installment options available here as well. And for Indian candidates here, the program fee is 1,35,000, including taxes. Also, we have financing options available for as low as 4,594 INR rupees per month. This is for Indian candidates here. So even after this webinar, if you need assistance, you can reach out to us at askus@simplilearn.net. I will share that email ID on the chat for you. Even after this webinar, if we will address all of your queries here. But even after this webinar, if you have any questions, please don't worry. We will just leave an email ID for you where you can just drop in your query for us there. Or you can also share your queries with the learning consultants as well. So either you can use the link to immediately enroll. As I mentioned, there are limited seats. But yeah, like now we can start taking up questions, Alison. We've gotten plenty of questions here. Good thing that we have a few minutes to utilize that.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for your incredible questions. I have been trying to keep up with them, and I've been trying to answer as many as I can. So I'm going to try to group the questions that I'm seeing come up the most often. The first question that I'm seeing come up the most often is around prerequisites. So what do I already need to know how to do before I enroll in the class? And the answer to that is that we have very few prerequisites. So we wanted this course to be available and accessible to everyone who wants to either better their skills in data and AI, or who wanted to enter the field and had not yet had a lot of exposure or background. And so really the main pre-qualification is that you have some basic experience with math, because you will be doing quite a bit of calculations throughout this course. As you saw, there's a lot of hands-on projects that involve wrangling and making sense of data. But you do not need to have advanced level math. That is something that I'm seeing that question come up quite a bit of, do I need to have advanced level or PhD level? And the answer to that is no. You just need to have some basic math education. In addition, you do not have to have a lot of pre-existing programming experience. It's helpful if you have, utilized Python in the past, but it's not required. And Simplilearn also does have some additional resources for those of you who are more new to the programming space that can help you to kind of feel caught up before you even start this part of this course. The second question I'm seeing quite a bit is around the structure of the course and some details around workload as well. Because it's self-paced, you do have the ability to structure the course the way that makes the most sense for you, but our recommended path is to break up this program over 12 weeks and to work on it between 3 to 5 hours per week. So someone asked about the total workload. Everyone works at a little bit of a different pace, but our best estimate is that it's going to take you between about 40 to 60 hours to complete the full course. And that is inclusive of the videos, the written content, the projects you'll complete, and the master classes. So all inclusive, we believe it will take between 40 to 60 hours. And we recommend you break that up between 3 to 5 hours per week, every week for 12 weeks. The structure is that the majority of the program is on demand and you get to do it on your own time and access it through a learning platform. But once a month, we also have these live master classes with the faculty lead, Shrikar Prasad, where you can hear directly from the faculty, get your questions answered. So he'll do a part where he helps people through sticky problems. And he's also available for office hours as needed. You're also fully supported by a Simplilearn student success team, and they are there to answer any questions that you have at any point in terms of navigating a platform or making sense of the content. So you will be very supported every step of the way. So those are two of the questions I'm seeing coming up a lot. Give me one moment to scroll through because I'm seeing several more questions come in.
We do have like a few minutes left, so we can address, the ones you feel are very repetitive as well for the learners here.
Thank you. Oh, yes. This question I thought was really great. The question was, what is the difference between a data analyst and a data scientist? And I do think that this program prepares you for either. So I think it's up to you which one fits you better. There are a lot of different definitions of distinguishing the two, and some organizations use different definitions. I also imagine there are probably many of you on this webinar who have more experience in this area than I do. So I also encourage you in the chat to, help answer this question as well. But the way that we were looking at it is that a data analyst is the one who's kind of in the data day in and day out, scrubbing and retrieving the information, cleaning up the model, and doing the data collection. And that the data scientist is the one who's creating the operational and financial reports, performing forecasting, and kind of creating business insights from the data. And there's never going to be a perfect separation between the two. The data scientist will always spend time in the data, and data analysts will always be making insights as well. But that is the clearest and most common distinction between the two. Though, like I said, it does vary from company to company. Another question was, how do you differentiate between Brown University and other universities providing AI and machine learning programs? Great question. There are a lot of great programs out there, and many programs that I'm sure would do a great job teaching this course. But what we were really passionate about, and what I think is our difference, is that rather than starting with like definitions or theories, we wanted to get into the applied part right away. And that's why that's the first word in the name of this course is applied AI and data science, because we wanted you to graduate from this program having the experience and the tools that you need to actually go and work in it right away. And so I think the main difference is that we created the opportunity for you to apply what you've learned in really different arenas throughout the program. And also that this program blends the on-demand learning with the one-on-one time or small group time, actually primarily, though there are office hours where we can have one-on-one time with a faculty lead. And also that we started by asking the question, we just kind of zoomed out. We asked the question, like, what are the top competencies that you need? And we built the curriculum around that. So I think those are some of the differentiating factors. And also that you have the incredible support team of Simplilearn behind you every step of the way, which is really pretty incredible. Another question is this a program that is good for people who are new to the field? And the answer is yes, but the answer is also that it's good for people who are not new to the field. And the reason for that is because the tools and technologies are changing so rapidly. So I gave the example of how generative AI was a unit that we actually included after the original design because it was introduced, or it wasn't introduced, but it became so much more popular while we were still designing the course. And I think that's such a good example, but it's not the only example of how this field is changing so rapidly. So whether you're new to the space or just new to these new skills, which we all are, then I think that this program is going to be really helpful for you in kind of getting up to date with these new skills and technologies that you need. Another question is around what do I graduate with in terms of a credential? If you fully complete the program, which we hope you will, then you have the opportunity to earn a certificate of completion that has Brown University's logo on it, and also a digital badge that you can share anywhere you're active online, whether that's LinkedIn or your website or in your email signature. So those are the credentials that you leave with as a certificate of completion from Brown University. I think those are a lot of the topics I'm seeing come up often as like a pattern, Rasha. Is there anything that I missed that you're seeing that has come up quite a bit?
Which one?
Are there any questions that have come up? Yep.
No, I think I've answered the questions on the chat as well. I was doing that while we were taking a questions in the Q&A box. So please do look out for, a lot of questions has been answered by Allison on the Q&A box as well. Please do check out these, queries which are already answered. For folks who have put down questions in the Q&A box, please check out. She has managed to answer a lot of questions during the webinar as well. So I think we have addressed a lot of these queries. Thank you so much, Allison, for taking the time out for this program to do. And also, thank you so much, everyone, for joining the webinar and showing your curiosity through the questions. Plenty of questions we have gotten and the amazing energy you had on the chat box as well. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And from the interest, I think we saw towards enrollment, I think we'll be seeing a lot of you in the upcoming cohorts. So thank you so much once again, Allison. Would you like to say something with the folks before we end the session?
Thank you so much for joining us today. We know you're busy. We know that you have really full lives, and we are so grateful that you chose to spend some of it with us today. And we hope that we get to see you in our classroom in the next cohort.
Thank you so much once again, Allison. And folks, this is basically the link of the program. In case you feel like you want to go and check out the syllabus of the program, we can download it from this link I've shared with you. And for a lot of you folks who have shared interest towards enrollment, this link will really help you to go and check out the syllabus and the module in much more detail. And when the learning consultants from Simplilearn, get in touch with you, you can basically, you'll be having a clarity on, what questions you want to ask before enrollment as well. So please do that. And also this link can be used for immediate enrollment as well. As I told you, we do have limited cohorts. As I told you, for April, we have only one cohort which is left. So if you want to take up the current cohort which we have on 16th April, this is a really good time to go and immediately enroll as well for this program. So if you don't want to lose out on the current upcoming cohort. So thank you so much once again, everyone. We will be ending the session now. And for folks who are looking for the webinar certificate, who have stayed till the end, for them that, so we can send you the certificate. And I see a lot of appreciation, Alison, coming on the chat here, as you can see. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being an amazing audience. Thank you. I had shared a link also of all the amazing webinars we do throughout the month. You can check out these webinars as well and attend other webinars as well. If you want, I can share it once again. It's actually lost in